think Biollante needs to be the next villain in the MonsterVerse, and it's crazy just how perfect the MonsterVerse has actually set this up already. Now, I've already made a video about this, but that was my more bare bones version. Here I have a more definitive version. And it really is crazy just how perfect it would work. But I don't know, some people might call me delusional, but as long as there's delusion, there is hope. Is it mainly because I love Biollante in this poster? Yes. I personally would rather have it be a Godzilla solo film, but it could be a Godzilla and Kong film. But in taking a lot of time to think about it, I think Biollante is the perfect change-up that the MonsterVerse needs. And it all has to do with Apex Cybernetics. Apex, of course, being the corporation that created Mechagodzilla. By using Kevin's skull to try to create a neural link to control Mechagodzilla, which obviously didn't turn out good. But how did Apex get this head? No did he? Well, in the post-credit scene in King of the Monsters, Alan Jonah and his eco-terrorists got possession of Kevin's head, and they sold it to Apex Cybernetics, which I actually think is going to be something that they touch upon in Monarch Season 2. How did Apex come to be? How to create that containment field for Kong? Because if you'll remember, it was actually one of Ghidorah's storms that created that storm around Skull Island, making it basically uninhabitable. I think they're going to explore all of that, or maybe they should, in Monarch Season 2, given the fact that it takes place in 2017. But back to the theory, I think they need to make Alan Jonah the main human antagonist in the next MonsterVerse movie. But it's crazy just how perfect Alan Jonah's story fits Biollante's origins. Not only is he an eco-terrorist obsessed with restoring the natural balance of the world, but he became obsessed with that after losing his daughter. That's basically tit for tat Biollante's origin. What if Alan Jonah got a sample of Godzilla's DNA, Ghidorah's DNA, shit, a bunch of these different kaiju's DNA to try to bring back his daughter? And maybe he got a rose from the hollow earth. So when he tries to combine all these genes to bring back his daughter and also restore the natural balance of the world, the experiment goes horribly wrong, combining the genes of his daughter, that rose, and all these different kaijus, Godzilla, Ghidorah, who has regenerative abilities. You create Biollante, who would be our first man-made kaiju in the MonsterVerse. And funny enough, thematically, is restoring the natural balance of the world by also destroying the humans, pitting her against Godzilla, who would also technically be his sister, which brings an emotional core to Godzilla's story. And with Biollante basically being a Deadpool of different genes of titans, she'd definitely be one of Godzilla's most formidable foes. Which brings me to humans. I think humans are definitely going to be a villain as well. And after the events of the last 70 movies and all of the collateral damage caused, they're going to want to start fighting back and creating their own mechs. And they could easily introduce Jet Jaguar. And who do we need piloting Jet Jaguar? Our boy Trapper. Touchdown Trapper. Just imagine the needle drops while he fights with Godzilla. I hope his design kind of looks like this. And if you're someone who seriously thinks that we can't introduce this, 1, have you read The Hunted? They've already introduced mechs. 2, are you fucking kidding me? By the way, I don't think Trapper necessarily needs to be in a giant mech. He could literally pilot it via a neural link. You're telling me they didn't have time to perfect this? It also helps that it's not possessed by Ghidorah's fucking soul. And we already know they're working on enhancements. They're leaning full Showa. So why not give us Jet Jaguar? I really just need this more than I need air. But honestly, I wouldn't even mind if they were to introduce Hedorah. Maybe after this movie? Or better yet, Hedorah and Biollante in the same movie to represent man being his own worst enemy. And it could work since we're already talking about aliens and shit too. But the puzzle pieces are there. If you want to make a really compelling and interesting movie, I think Biollante has got to be that villain. But don't forget about the humans.